Okay, this is Monday, July 11th, 2022, meeting of the Berlin Board of Assessors. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. This is Kevin Pond, Chair of the Board of Assessors. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me prior to me calling the meeting to order. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Bev Wheeler?
Here.
Roger Bradley?
Here.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Molly Reed, Assessing Director.
Here.
Do we have any anticipated speakers on the agenda?
No,
Okay,
and I don't see any in the audience.
okay. With a quorum of the board present, I call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. on Monday, July 11th. Okay,
All right, Kevin, can you get me a copy of what you read so I can put it correctly in the minutes?
sure. It's got writing all over it, but
That's okay.
I thought we'd only use it for a couple months, so I have all different months and all different dates all over the thing.
It's
Well,
no,
we might only have to use it for a couple more weeks, so.
Maybe, then we won't
No.
need it. That'd be good. All right,
so did you get a chance to do the minutes or should I just read them?
I see him here. I think we ought to go over them. There aren't too many, so.
Yep.
Yep.
So we approved the minutes from June 13th. There was no correspondence. There was a memo reminder just to double check payroll and payables to make sure that if you have formulas in there, they haven't, they're in the right columns and everything's added properly. That was from the town administrator. I updated you guys on the interim sales. I gave you copies of the sales and told you that values were most likely going up. And then you came in and you signed the minutes, payroll, payables, and motor vehicle abatements, and the meeting adjourned at 6:15. And you were all going to stop by to check paperwork, to sign paperwork, which you did.
Correct. Anybody note any errors or omissions on that? Before we answer that, did we talk about how much assessments were going up, Molly?
The 20%, it looked like we had to do something. Yes, sales overall we're going up about 20%. But
Okay,
we had talked about bringing, we have that 90 to 110% leeway, and I was going to ask the board in my assessing director report if you had got a chance to look over the sales, if you had any questions on them. Well, let's finish with the minutes and then I'll do.
okay, all right. Yeah, sorry. So, okay, so finishing with these minutes, we'll take it up on another page here. Anybody note any errors or omissions?
No,
Raj?
No, look good to me.
Okay. Go ahead, Bev.
I motion to approve the minutes.
I'll
Okay,
second that.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Raj?
Aye.
And me, aye. Okay,
Cool. So for correspondence, the July 7th city and town, nothing that exciting. It was on,
so we're on the agenda, right?
yes, so I'm
Yes,
doing
okay.
correspondence. The city and town was just on how to go about doing, getting reimbursed for opioids. For
Okay,
But that big lawsuit that the state just won against the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah,
So it's not our department. I'm just telling you about it. And then there was a area of fiscal stretch, statutory property tax limits. There was a nice little article on that. I printed it out if anybody's interested in reading it. It's 4 or 5 pages long.
okay,
And we got a memo on Zoom meetings that the extension will expire on June 15th. And then I was reading in the MMA, which is Mass Municipal, that the House and Senate are looking to extend this back to, well, it was 2 different, March of 2023 or or December of 2023. So they are in the process of trying to extend it because I think a lot of people find it easier.
okay, so I don't know if we've made a decision or have talked about what we want to do. If they expire on July 15th, does that mean all town municipal meetings are being held in person now?
Yes.
Okay,
And
So-
the Board of Selectmen has not done yay or nay on, well, last time I heard that they had made the decision to continue doing meetings on Zoom unless there was special circumstances, like doing an interview is much easier to do in person than on Zoom. So,
yeah,
so we'll just wing it if
okay,
they'll
yeah.
be changed.
We'll see what our next meeting date is, see
Is-
what we want to do and we'll go from there.
Yep.
Does anybody have an issue either way?
No,
I have none.
Okay, so just rephrasing it, no one has an issue of meeting in person or continuing Zoom?
I have no, either way.
Okay,
Yeah, either way is fine.
okay,
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
keep it, I'll leave the 25th as a Zoom. If that's allowed, other than that, I will switch it. I'll email you guys anyhow with meeting notice, so.
okay, all right,
We might not have control over that, Kev, if they change it, you know?
Right,
yeah, good point. So I was just trying to make sure that whatever happens, we were somewhat in favor for. So if it doesn't matter either way, you're right, we may not have any control.
Right.
But if we certainly had an issue one way, we would, I think, try to accommodate that is,
Correct.
yeah. Okay, yeah, good point. Yep, you're right.
to be determined. So as I was started to say, so now I'm on to my assessing directory updates. So Mike and I had discussed him coming in this week, but I hadn't got a final date or a date nailed, put in stone. So, but the values are, residential is going up about 20%, or the sales indicate that we're that far away from assessment to what the sale price is.
Oh,
Now, we usually come in around 90, 95 to 100%. We usually hit it at 97. And I was thinking that we should probably look to hit around 95 or lower for this year. So people don't have because I don't know how, because it seems like everyone's talking about for next year, the values are coming down. So you want to do that balancing act so that there's not a spike going up and there's not a spike coming down. So if you guys are okay with us looking at bringing it in between 90 and 95, I can bring you those results at our next meeting. Did you get a look at the sales?
I did, yeah.
I did not, so I apologize for that. But getting back to the spike or no spike, this all kind of is, I don't know, somehow the tax rate is kind of set into that equation also, correct?
Yes, yes.
Why do we not want to, and my own personal spike this year, if they're all 20%, we raise them all 20, and next year we drop them all 10. So why do we not want to do that?
One of the administrative finance goals was to keep everything at an even keel so that people wouldn't feel that, is to keep the budget at an even keel and keep the values so that the tax rate and the taxes stay on an even keel instead of that up and down, which is very hard for people to deal with, especially in this time of budget, of their own budgets and the price of gas and the price of food. So that's one of the goals of the administrative finance team, is to keep everything on an even keel. And it's very hard to talk about it now because you don't know what the tax rate's going to be, because we aren't to that point yet. But if you, and I know that you can't envision how it is going to be setting the values at a certain, to hit a certain percentage. So once I gave you the report for the sales as they are. So when we adjust them a little, I can give you that report again and you can look at it. Am I making sense?
Yeah, but if we don't go up, 20% and we go 10, so we're halfway, my math tells me that the tax rate would then have to be a little bit higher.
Well, it depends on how much we spent. I haven't looked at that because I do that last because that's out of my
Okay,
ballywick, so to say. But if we didn't spend more than we did last year, then in the values go up, then the tax rate should go down.
right, to balance that out, right.
Right. And the
So-
split, commercial's not doing anything, so the split's gonna come into that also.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
till we,
yeah, so with the commercial not going anywhere, the
The-
town might be taking a bigger hit.
the
than I-
residentials,
Yeah, than anticipated. Plus if
Yes.
it's 20%. Okay, well, it's gonna
Yeah,
be
so
what it's
we'll look
gonna
at,
be. Okay,
we usually, we never do 100%, we never do 90%, so we'll be
Yeah.
somewhere in the middle there.
okay, all right,
We just won't be able to go to the dump, Kev.
I guess.
Twenty
Well,
percent, lot of money.
to keep you being able to go to the dump, that's why we try to keep, that's why the financial team's trying to keep everything on an even keel.
Yeah, you're right. Uh, Good call on that one. Oh.
Wouldn't want
Oh,
you-
all right, I'll have to give Roger my trash on the way by.
Yeah.
He can take a beating all day down there. That's a good idea. I like it. All right,
Do they not know he's on the Board of Assessors yet?
I don't know. I was gonna put up a sign, Roger, now on the Board of Assessors.
Thanks a lot.
And then put a little punching bag on the sign,
Yeah.
so people come in and spend all day with you now, Raj.
Yeah.
Let
All
them
right.
punch their bag of trash before they throw it in the dumpster.
Yeah. And then come down and see you. All right.
So
where
I
are we
wanted
now?
to talk to you about education. The summer school, UMass annual school is coming up in August, and I've signed up to take USPAP. So I'll be there 2 nights.
Okay,
And Joanne needs to take USPAP also, but she doesn't want to go all the way to UMass So she found a course through her association, her appraiser association.
Yep.
That I would like to be able to have her submit her payable for that.
Okay, yep,
It won't be for a while, but
yep. Do we know where that
And-
is? As long as she's not going to Alaska or
no,
somewhere.
she's staying at her house and doing it online.
Oh, okay, all right,
Because it's one of those courses you need to concentrate.
okay,
And I just wanted to let you know that I spent quite a bit of time. I got a request for all the town's property record cards with buildings on them to be sent to the town administrator. So I did that. And
wow.
it took up more time than I expected.
So, not being funny, somebody else couldn't do that? Print the record card? Just,
Joanne was showing Maureen how to do exemption, the motor vehicle abatement. So I just did it because
you
they
were
were
free.
they were in the middle of a training session.
So,
And
when we print that, every one
well,
of those?
I didn't print them. I
Downloaded
PDF
them.
them.
Yep.
I PDF them. So now they're in a Google shared folder.
Okay, because I'm like, how many pieces of paper was that when we?
No paper.
There we go. I'm feeling better now. Okay,
And then the last thing I have is, I know, I told you this way back after abatement season was over, that the cinema, Regal Cinema,
yeah,
there was a company that leased all the movie equipment to Regal Cinema. They went out of business and therefore sold it back to Regal Cinema. Got that?
so we're
Yeah,
out
so-
on all
so-
that commercial stuff?
So that personal property bill needed to come out of the leasing company's name and put into Regal, which it
Okay.
did, except for there was 3 companies that came on the list with, and unfortunately, 2 companies got billed when only Regal Cinema got billed. And we didn't find this out till after the abatement season was over. So I'm going to do an 8 of 58, which is a permission. You have to do it online through Gateway, permission for the DOR to tell us we can abate it.
Right.
So
Oh.
I have my proposed letter that you guys can look at when you come in to sign.
Okay, that's fine. Not being funny. Are we sure we have the correct rebate address, so to
Yes.
speak? Okay,
Yes.
all right, I'm good with that.
And then that's it.
Okay,
Can I ask a question on the town buildings and properties?
Yep.
You have a PDF, is that available to us to look at or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know how to allow you to, but I will figure it out. Or I can email it to you,
okay.
or yeah, I'll
So-
figure it out.
what's in that PDF? All the properties and town buildings?
All the properties with town buildings.
Oh, okay,
So, you know,
And-
the cemetery has a shed.
yeah, well, we don't want to miss that, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
They got 2 sheds,
It depends on which
Um,
cemetery you're at.
right?
Yeah,
I used Near Map to make sure I had everything.
okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah, if we want to give that address out to look that up. Okay, so we have stuff to sign,
Yes, you do.
okay. Bev, you gonna pick us up?
Put your thumb out. I'll be there about 11.
Jeez, Christ,
Funny guy, Kev. You
I
funny
can
guy.
walk from here by then.
Oh, you could
We only
ride
need 2
past-
signatures as a quorum, so I think we're
Alright.
okay.
All right, Raj, you want me to pick you up?
Sure.
Okay, we're good to go. call the meeting to an end. Hear a vote there or a
At
motion?
6:19.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was told that you don't have to vote to adjourn. Somebody just says, I motion to
I
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
all right. All
And-
those
and
in
we're-
favor?
I.
Aye.